All right, I'll do the MD rules.
Okay, go ahead. Um, no, I think you covered everything.
All right, I'll give you some MD rules. So, all right, Ginger, MD1 is refusal to give a med kit to civilians or resuscitate a person without a justified RP reason, provided there's no threat to the medic's life. So don't pick up anyone in a turf war, active shootout, or a standoff. The punishment for that is one reprimand. MD2 is firearm usage. By medical staff is strictly prohibited. As you can see, only white coats could do it, and they have to use their macros. The punishment for that is dismissal from the faction. MD3 adherence to project rules. Medical faction members must follow all established project rules. Punishment from one warning to one reprimand. MD4 personal use of official medical vehicles is prohibited. That's one warning. MD5 issuing medical certificates outside the hospital setting is forbidden. That's one warning. MD6 selling medical pills or resuscitating players during life threatening situations, such as firefights or other active threats, including to the individual being treated, is prohibited. That's one warning for punishment. MD7 gang association and criminal activity. So intentionally associating with gangs, committing major crimes, theft, vandalism, murder, or affiliating with factions during events is prohibited. That's dismissal. MD8, disrespectful behavior towards any individual is prohibited. Punishment is one reprimand or dismissal based on the faction leadership's decision. MD9, failing to follow orders or observe rank-based subordination. That's one reprimand. MD10, using personal vehicles for EMS related tasks is not allowed. That's one warning for punishment. MD11, Medical personnel must role play their duties appropriately, including interactions, dialogue, announcing assistance, and checking surroundings during emergencies. Punishment is one warning. MD12, improper use of tasers. Attacking citizens with a taser, weapon, or physical force without any RP reason, punishment dismissal from faction. And then you have RP16 as well, criminal acts against emergency personnel. Any criminal acts towards emergency medical personnel are prohibited. That's punishment from 90 minutes to one state jail or a 12-hour ban.
Hold on, give me a second. Okay. RP13, faction NRP, non RP behavior within game factions, including unlawful release of prisoners or execution of civilians by the police. The punishment for that is exoneration from the faction and or 30 minutes in one state jail for 3 days of ban. RP14, sexual harassment, any form of non-consensual sexual actions, including simulation and explicit dialogue slash actions, use of ethnic and or LGBT slurs or excessive attention. All sexual actions require OOC consent, such actions should not occur in public or frequently visited areas. The punishment for that is 60 minutes mute or 24 hours up to 30 days banned. Disruption of faction operations. Intentionally provoking faction members for entertainment or disrupting faction operations is prohibited. The punishment for that is 30 minutes in one state jail. The last one, RP16, criminal acts against emergency personnel. Any criminal acts towards emergency medical personnel are prohibited. Punishment for that is 90 minutes in one state jail to 12-hour ban.
Yes, I completely understand. What made me want to join was to be able to serve the citizens of Linwood and be able to make friends and learn and progress with my coworkers. What makes a chain of command important to me is that way the operations run smooth and everyone stays on the same page, and then that way there's no miscommunication between employees or citizens. Of course, I would always have my body cam on, and then I would ask for a higher up to come and resolve the situation. And if that situation can't be resolved, then I'm not sure.
Elena, when it come down to that situation, if I'm not mistaken, you asked about a weapon being in the hand and they're asking for things. Um, you would just simply ignore them. If they're causing a disturbance, that's when you put your macros up and try to de-escalate it. Um, and then if not, then request, a higher up to call.
I would pick up the gang member because that's who I was initially responding to, and then I would pick up the officer if there is time and there is no valid threats present.
Everybody stole my question. No, I'm good.
Oop, hold on 1 second, y'all. I got a question.
Also, while she's doing what she's doing, whoever called, because officers can call, other medics can call. It's whoever you came to the scene for. So it wouldn't necessarily be the gang member. It's whoever that red circle is around. That's who you pick up first.
Okay, I completely understand that.
Yeah, it seemed backwards for some, but you know that's what we're required to do.
Okay. If someone refuses medical treatment, what should you do?
I would talk to a higher up and report it, and um, try to help the other person out that they refuse service to.
Um, in this instance, you really can't do much about it and just record and report. If they refuse for your help, then honestly, just move on to the next patient.
So if you have like a significant other, anything like that, right? And they come in the hospital and they're just being so loud, they're not even listening to you. What would you do? It could be a friend, significant other, anything. They're just being so loud, but they're standing by you, everything all in your face, and they're not listening to you. Like, oh, calm down. What would you do?
I would report it to a higher up. Of course, always have my camera on, and in that incident, they'd be treated like anybody else if they're not wanting to cooperate. After I put my macros up, asking them to calm down and resolve the situation, then I'd ask for a higher up to come and help resolve that.
Okay, that's all I have.
No, I ain't got no more questions for you.
No, no more questions. And you understand the chain of command, right?
Yes, I completely understand the chain of command.
Okay, well, Gender, I think you did great.
All right, thank you, everyone. I appreciate the time to do my interview and my training, and I look forward to working with everybody and progressing.
I know that's right.